If you're a fan of the Fire Nation from the Avatar franchise, you're on the right video. Today we'll look at some of the best-loved Fire Nation characters. Avatar is best known for its smartly written characters and equally exciting storylines. One of the most interesting characters on the show comes from the Fire Nation. They have everything from villains to heroes, and today we'll list the best ones. On number 1, we have Kai. Some Avatar characters haven't made it to the screens yet, but that doesn't mean that they aren't among the best-loved characters out there. Kai has only made an appearance in the Avatar comics so far, but fans have always been delighted by her sweet character. To give you a bit of background, Kai is Zuko and Azula's half-sister, and is the daughter of Ursa. Kai's favorite pastime is to play with her doll, who also shares her name. Cute, right? Well, that's not all. In the comics, she has an endearing relationship with her mother and Zuko, which only makes fans love her more. Later in the comics, Kai also proves to be a good person. When she's captured, she uses her powers to free herself and help other victims escape. Thanks to Kai's sweet demeanor, she's bound to become a future firebender full of potential. On number 2, we have Ozai. Ozai was pure evil. The leading antagonist in the Avatar franchise was the father of both Azula and Zuko. Fire Lord Ozai ruled the Fire Nation, but people feared him since he was also a highly skilled firebender. Ozai may be the most hated character in the Avatar universe, but he is simultaneously also one of the best characters from the Fire Nation. Why, you ask? Because there could not have been a better antagonist for Aang's story. Ozai wants all the power for himself. He has anger issues, is manipulative, and not to mention abusive. If those qualities don't make the perfect villain, we don't know what to do. Ozai's cruelty and unmatched power made him a tough bad guy to win against. His schemes and tactics were also written well. When Aang defeated Ozai in the battle for peace in the Four Nations, fans' joy could not have been possible if Ozai wasn't a perfect villain. On number 3, we have Mai. Mai belonged to the Fire Nation, but was not a firebender. She was one of the 3 members of Azula's posse. Alongside Azula and Ty Lee, Mai still proved a powerful fighter despite not wielding any special powers like Azula. Mai had such a good aim that her knife throwing skills made her a vicious opponent, even though throughout the story we see Mai as a negative character incapable of expressing any hint of emotion. As you go along, you realize how much self-control Mai exercises herself, which helps her stay unbothered by any enemy, even a ruthless person like Azula. Later in the story, when Mai stands up to Azula and chooses to be on Zuko and Aang's side, fans are instantly won over by her. Mai is also Zuko's consistent love interest. In the end, she ends up marrying the Crown Prince. On number 4, we have Izumi. In The Legend of Korra, we come to know Izumi as Zuko's daughter, and she was the current reigning Fire Lord of that time period. Trying her best to put past Fire Nation traditions to rest, Izumi's rule prioritized peaceful relationships with other nations, and she was largely successful in doing so. Izumi, unlike her grandfather Ozai, has a calm disposition and is highly conscious of the cruel past of the Fire Nation. Her wise and rational rule over the nation set her apart from other Fire Nation characters and made fans love her. She controlled military action and didn't let any stupid decisions take place. She was also not in favor of using surprise aggression attacks to assert power over other nations, because the Fire Nation was historically notorious for them. Izumi is among the best characters to come out of the Fire Nation because she is fiercely independent and a born leader. Without her, Fire Nation could not have enjoyed such a huge redemption arc. Her role might not be very prominent, but fans celebrate her success nonetheless. On number 5, we have Ty Lee. Ty Lee was one of Azula and Mai's earliest friends. Together, the 3 made a notorious bunch. She is best known for her bubbly personality and is always optimistic about things. Her endearing nature and high energy made fans everywhere love her. Ty Lee was both a happy-go-lucky person and a dangerous opponent because she was trained in chi blocking, which is a form of martial arts. This made her a formidable opponent because using her abilities, she could stun her victims for a while, which made them lose their bending abilities temporarily. In the end, like Mai, she also betrayed Azula and went on to join the Kyoshi warriors because it was apparent even to her that this way of life just didn't suit her. On number 6, we have Roku. Avatar Roku came after Avatar Kyoshi, and after him succeeded Avatar Aang. He was an important character because he served as a guide for Aang through memory. Before Aang's time, Roku was a powerful avatar who treasured peace between the Four Nations. Aang could not have ended the 100-Year War without Roku's guidance. His influence over Aang ensured that he made wise decisions and could be diplomatic when needed. Avatar Roku belonged to the Fire Nation. Before he died, he had achieved the revered mastery of all elements and the supreme avatar state. Fans love him because he is one of the most important Fire Nation characters. On number 7, we have Iroh. Iroh is easily one of the most beloved characters in the Avatar franchise. He's an uncle to Zuko and Azula and takes care of Zuko throughout the series. In the Fire Nation military, Iroh used to serve as a general. His quiet love for tea and his calm and peaceful lifestyle made him a well-loved character. Throughout the story, he cares for Zuko deeply and is empathetic towards him at every turn because he too was once a man that made mistakes. Fans love Iroh because he turned away from a life of war to instead choose tranquility and harmony, because that inevitably inspired Zuko to do the same. On number 8, we have Azula. Everyone knows the hot-headed, fiery, and powerful Azula. Her character is loved for many reasons, the primary reason being that she's one of the toughest villains in the story. She's the daughter of Ozai and Zuko's sister, and she is perfect in places where Zuko fails to perform. She's an incredible firebender and is dangerously intelligent and cunning. Since Azula was in line for the succession, she possessed incredible skills and was talented in many areas, but she fell down the wrong path and became evil. Ozai's method of raising and training his children inevitably made Azula develop traits that weren't the best to have. Fans have always acknowledged Azula's character as a complex person who was many times a victim and was wrestling with personal burdens and conflicts till the end. Even though Azula is among the best written villains on the show, she's the one that fans feel most sympathetic towards. I think it's no secret she deserves to be on this list because of her complexity as a character. On number 9, we have Rangi. Rangi is an interesting character because she's only been told of in Avatar stories. She was a highly skilled Fire Nation soldier before she decided to teach firebending to Avatar Kyoshi and Korra. Kyoshi and Rangi were romantically involved with one another before Rangi had to flee to save his mother. Rangi was a headstrong woman and skilled at combat. Her ability to stay calm in moments of stress made her a dangerous opponent. Very few Fire Nation soldiers were as victorious as Rangi, who was among the few who could teach her fighting skills to avatars. The Avatar franchise is filled with strong characters, and Rangi is among them. Her fiery personality and strong loyalty makes fans root for her and hope that she gets her own spin-off series. On number 10, we have Zuko. Zuko is arguably one of the most popular characters in the Avatar franchise. He's the son of the cruel Fire Lord Ozai and is a brother to Princess Azula. Zuko has the best redemption arc in Avatar: The Last Airbender because he begins his journey as a villain. In the beginning, he's nuanced with twisted beliefs and personal conflicts. Seeking his father's validation, he starts off doing the worst. Thanks to Iroh's unfaltering love for Zuko and his constant guidance for the prince, Zuko was able to see the world differently and began to change his rash ways. After he self-reflected on his behavior, Zuko's character changed completely, and he became a person who upheld good morals. Getting his emotional health on track helped him become stronger and became a skilled fighter. His character's revolution from a villain to a good guy also helped Aang win the 100-Year War, after which he became the rightful Fire Lord. Under his leadership, his nation flourished and became peaceful. Zuko inspired a change that had not been seen in the Fire Nation for a long time, so we think he is easily one of the very best in the franchise. That's a wrap for this video. Which character from the Fire Nation was your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see ya in the next one.